Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with a review of the Ben 10 Omniverse Hyper Alien figures for Humongosaur and Shocksquatch. So this is my first brand new Ben 10 review in so long. These were supposed to come out a long time ago and I just recently found them. I do only have one of the boxes. I wasn't going to show it because it's the same as the others. But on the back, it advertises these two, which are up here, and the old Kick and Hawk, but it's advertising the last wave of Ben 10 figures that hit. So even though this is sort of from the old assortment, I'm hoping this means that all of the Ben 10 new stuff will start trickling out, because honestly they have stopped distributing it here. So yeah, hopefully this is the start of more Ben 10 reviews. So anyway, I was very excited to find these, something new Ben 10 for a long time. If you don't know, this is a sort of statuesque stylized line of the Alien figures that started back in Ultimate Alien, I believe, with Vilgax and Hybrid. They've scaled them down a bit, but they're still pretty neat. So far we've gotten Kick and Hawk, Gravitack, and Kyber. Maybe someone else, but that's all I remember right now. So now we have these two, obviously. So let's just take a look at them. We will start with Humongosaur. Ben waited so long, don't mean to let you down, to finally transform into him. I really dig Humongosaur. I'm a big fan of dinosaurs. I always liked Humongosaur. And I think his stylized figure looks really awesome. They've really got a lot of personality in his face here, with, you know, him going, "Rawr, I'm Humongosaur." That was a horrible impersonation. But he's got really cool effects here for sort of like the textured effect of his skin. It looks really nice. I think they got some great detailing in there. I'm always quite impressed by these. They do a great job on them. His sort of sash here is also really well done. Like the way they handle the black paint in here and the texture of it looks really metallic. Here you've got the Omnitrix there. But yeah, it looks really nice. As you can see, the sort of scales or whatever that run down his back. They look really nice. I'm always really impressed with these detail in these figures because of how Bandai can frequently skip that. And then you got his muscles here, which are even texturized. His fists are all like fists. His underwear, underweary, it's got a zipper. But yeah, very, very, very cool. I really dig what they did with him. I think he looks really cool. Obviously, these figures are not known for their articulation. He does have a bit, though. He can move both of his arms around 360, so you can get whatever you want. Like, you can get him really mad, going Super Saiyan, dragging his knuckles, like whatever you want. Just have a ball. His waist does swivel, so you can have him turning if you want, or whatever. That's very thrilling, I guess. And you can move his tail around, so whatever tail poses you choose for your life. Obviously, because the way his head is, it's not going to move. I mean, I'm sure you could, if you wanted to, for like different figures, to tilt his head a little bit, but it just wouldn't seem right with this. But so yeah, very, very cool. I really dig him. So now I got Shocksquatch. I dig Shocksquatch? That was weird. Shocksquatch, because I'm a big fan of electrokinesis as a power, and I like Yetis, so he was kind of one of the perfect aliens for me. They also did a pretty good job on his. Obviously they're both stylized, but I feel like his is really taken from the cartoon. I mean, obviously they're both taken from the cartoon. I don't know, I just can't describe it. I just feel like they took him from the cartoon and then stylized him. That's what the line's doing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But they also did a very good job on him. They got his facial expression pretty perfect. I think his facial expression is a lot more in line with what it's like in the show, so I thought they did a good job on that. His fur looks really nice. With like, they have this reoccurring theme, if you can see from these two, or the old ones, did this sort of black shading. But it looks really cool on him. It kind of gives him the realistic vibe he needs. You've got the sort of textured fur up around here, so that looks good. His head obviously isn't going to move because it's attached to him. Well, everyone's head's attached to him, but you know what I mean. I'm making no sense in this review. Here's the back of him, looking all muscled out. Check out those sculpted muscles. That's got weird. And here's his belt. You can see the Omnitrix down here. His feet and legs. These look, his feet and his hands. I like how I go his feet and then I point at his hands. But his hands and his feet look a lot more like they're directly from the cartoon as opposed to being stylized. I don't know. I think the way to put it is they're both stylized, but I think his sticks closer to the cartoon than he does. Obviously, this is still the same style, but his face looks a little bit more matured, I guess. I don't know. What am I trying to say? You tell me. So, just like the other one, not very much articulation. You can move his arms up and down around 360. So you can get some various poses. Like right now, it looks like he's hunting after you. He can be really mad. He can just be like, whatever, be like, highest of fives. and then, you know, Shocksquatch 5. And then you can do that same thing with his fist. His waist does swivel around as well, so you can sort of get him in sort of different positions. And his legs both swivel around 360. One thing of note, for the first time ever, I have a loose joint on one of these, and this leg is pretty loose, which is just kind of annoying when you're wanting to pose him. Like, when I was starting the review and stuff, I had his arm up like this, like you saw, and because of his loose leg, it had a hard time supporting that, which is kind of annoying, but that's like the first time I've ever had that. But anyway, I really dig both of these figures. I'm a huge fan of this line. I think it's really cool to have these statuesque figures, and I'm glad they're continuing it. I do miss them being a slightly bigger size, but I still think they're really neat. I really dig both of them. If you're a fan of either, I can recommend them based on them right now. Even though I prefer Shocksquatch, I think overall, as an alien, I recommend Humongosaur more as a figure, just because I didn't have any problems with them. But yeah, they're both really neat. If you are a fan of them, fan of this line, they're still really cool figures to have on the shelf. And what I like is because of the nature of their poses, even though they have limited articulation, you can still get some sort of different personalities out of their poses. So yeah, really cool. Sorry about the drought of Ben 10 videos. I really hope that all of the new stuff starts trickling out, because I'm really eager to be reviewing more Ben 10 stuff, because this is my first new one in a while. So anyway, that is about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the crazy podcast at writersrangersrambles.com. Until next time, it's Dawson Ryder, signing out.